New York. This is your current affairs reporter, Leroy Patton. Today we are reporting from the home of Mr. Nick Carraway. Mr. Carraway was a neighbor and friend of the recently deceased Mr. J. Gatsby. Mr. Carraway has agreed to share his thoughts and insights on the recent events. Many stories have circulated about this man, Gatsby. How are you today, Mr. Carraway?
I'm splendid, Leroy. Thank you for having me.
Always nice to see you. So when did you first hear about Mr. Gatsby?
I first heard about Gatsby at one of his parties. Right from the start, I knew something was mysterious about him. People were telling me rumors about how he killed a man, or was a German spy, or a friend of Kaiser's.
Indeed. When did you meet him, and what were your impressions?
Gatsby had one of those smiles that made you comfortable and reassured. He was sophisticated, formal, and always called everyone old sport. He was a quiet man who loved to observe people at his parties.
Quite interesting. You are one of the few people to know the real J. Gatsby. What can you tell us about him?
Gatsby was a young man, around 30, who grew up in North Dakota. He attended St. Olaf's College, but dropped out after 2 years. He always aspired to be rich. People said he was in the bootlegging business and participated in organized crime. But I think he was more than just an associate of Mayor Wolfsheim. Those are the facts. But to me, he was a man misguided by love and ambition.
Speaking of love, what was Gatsby's relationship with Daisy?
Well, Gatsby met Daisy in Louisville in 1917. They were very much in love. He was a military officer and was sent overseas to fight in the First World War. Daisy promised to wait for him, but instead she chose to marry Tom Buchanan, mainly because of their similar social status. Daisy forgot about Gatsby. Gatsby had been trying to win her back since his return. That's why he bought the house in West Egg and threw lavish parties trying to impress and attract Daisy.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and here's a quick word from our sponsors. Come to the Plaza Hotel, New York's central destination for parties, weddings, celebrations, and for your weekend accommodations. Conveniently located at 42nd and Main Street. We're here to serve you. Coca-Cola, the business that started in 1886 and has been quenching America's thirst ever since. It's America's #1 pop, delicious and refreshing. We're back, and now to continue. Tell us a bit about yourself. You're a newcomer to the East. What brought you here?
I was ambivalent about coming here, but I came to become a Bond businessman and live the American dream. I was looking for success. I was enchanted with the fast-paced life.
Well, was this a good move for you, Mr. Carraway?
I was not expecting to find myself in the middle of entanglements concerning everyone's affairs. As a Westerner, I was accustomed to a slower pace of life, free from greed, drama, and adultery.
Are you going to miss Tom and Daisy? How's your relationship with Daisy changed?
Not one bit. They are careless, selfish, and motivated by money. They do not have respect for anything or anyone other than themselves. Tom and Daisy only care about their reputation. They never think about the consequences of their actions and how they are going to affect other people. They abuse their wealth and let other people clean up the mess. Tom doesn't even care that he cheated on Daisy, and my cousin Daisy is without values and ethics. She is only in love with money and material luxury. As Gatsby even said, her voice is full of money.
Well, what are you going to do with your life now? Are you going back to Minnesota?
Well, my dreams of the Bond business have changed. I can no longer handle the Long Island drama. It has become too much for me. I don't belong here. It's simply not why I came east. I've become skeptical about the fast-paced, bourgeois, and immoral life here. My plan was never to join the upper echelons of society. I'm homesick and I'm moving back to Minnesota. I question the American dream. J. Gatsby spent his life pursuing a green light at the end of the dock only to come up short. His dream was money, success, and Daisy. We all have our green lights, but I will not let what happened to him happen to me.
Well, Mr. Carraway, I would like to thank you for your hospitality and sharing your thoughts with us. I'm sure this is a very difficult time for you in light of the tragic circumstances. This is Leroy Patton concluding another broadcast for NYZK.
just cast an eye, in her direction. Only on my, ain't that perfection? I repeat, don't you think that's kind of neat? I ask you confidentially, ain't she